You always have the fresher shoes, man.
I try, man. I try, but look at you too.
Yeah, no, they made me like completely pink today. I mean,
I kind of matched you. I mean,
no, I was gonna say that on stage because Legend, I appreciate him so much. He wore blue, but then Kelly was saying something, and I was about to say it, like, yeah, Kelly wore blue too. That would be awkward if she's part of the blue crew. But I love Kelly. She's always been very, very kind to me. They've all been.
that's good. I mean, you've had such a great season on the show. Now, before we actually talk about the show, I started thinking about, like, every time I see you perform, there's one person that's always on my mind. His name is Jeremy McKinnon from a band called A Day to Remember. And
I have gotten this comparison since I've grown my beard out. Yeah.
that is crazy.
No, because I look like him. I get it. Without the blue hair, like I used to have a haircut similar to him. I love A Day to Remember. I used to listen to them on repeat when I was growing up, in a metal band and like going into college. They were huge for me. But yeah, Jeremy McKinnon is. I've gotten that comparison more often than I think we realize.
That's crazy. That's crazy. So, transitioning from that metal world to like doing this more pop in a way, like how much of a transition has that been for you in your career?
I mean, I've done a lot of things. While I was in that metal band, I was also in my high school's jazz band, learning jazz theory and trying to figure out. I didn't really learn to scat until later. But once I left that band, my next band was as a banjo player in a bluegrass band. You have to keep in mind, that was like 2011. Mumford & Sons had just come out. They were blowing up. The banjo was starting to be cool again, And not that it wasn't, but it was kind of like a mini folk revival, And so I immediately was drawn to that, and I toured for a while, for a couple of years in a bluegrass band. And so when I left that, I was thinking, okay, what do I need to do next? And so prior to being here, my style definitely, and you could hear it on my EP. It's on all your major streaming networks. It's called the Santa Barbara Soul Music EP. Okay. My dog's on it. It's a cool cover. But it's definitely harkening back to a lot of my parents' records from Muscle Shoals, from Motown, from the Wrecking Crew. All these great funky bands from like their youth. Right. And now I don't know, because I've done so much now. Yeah, that just kind of spans a lot of different things on the show. It's really up in the air to see where I go next.
So, next week for the finale, you guys get to do an original. So I'm actually curious what that sound is going to be like for you. Do you have an original in mind that you want to perform already?
We work it out behind the scenes for sure. So the one that I'm pitching is it's good. It's got hooks, man. It's got hooks. You catch a lot of fish with that. It's got hooks.
Is it something that you've kind of had in your pocket for some time, or is that something that just recently happened for you?
I think I like it so much because the lyrics resonate with me. Okay. But, I think I don't even want to say it's in my genre because I'm going to make it in my genre.
Yeah. Well, dude, congratulations with like the success of this show for you. Like, I'm seriously rooting for you this season. So look forward to catching you next week. And I'm glad you come from that like pop punk, kind of rock, kind of metal world.
Yeah, no, it was a lot of fun when I did it. I don't want to scream anymore. I think no one wants to be 18 years old and have nodes and sound like this, but it was fun while it lasted, and I still see those bands all the time. Who did I just see? That band with he's an African American guitarist, Tosin Abasi. What's that band's name? You guys, let me know.
I gotta look it up.
Let me know in the comments below. I don't know why I'm blanking. Periphery was also at that show. Okay. Animals as leaders. Thank you.
Yeah.
There we go. Animals as leaders. Damn. But it's always fun. It's always fun to go see like a good metal show.
Right, that's awesome, man.
I recommend it, guys. If you or a loved one has been suffering from lack of metal.